Hey friends, it's Emily from burlapkitchen.com, and today we're going to make something super cute for spring. So I found this board. It was left over from a kit. It's just a square piece of, well, I guess it's not square, more like a rectangle piece of wood that I have 2 holes drilled in the top. So I am going to stain this. If you don't have this, get creative. Try and put like 3 or 4 boards together and then a piece in the back to hold them. That would work too. So I'm just going to stain this with some Minwax in the color Dark Walnut. I just use a rag to rub it on and rub it off, and then I give it a quick dry. Now I have this paint, this has been down in my garage, and I can't tell if it froze or if it's just dried up. So I had to give it a quick stir. It's a little chunky looking, but it did the trick. So now we're just going to paint over top of that. Always get questions, why do you stain if you paint your white paint over it? I do that because I like to see the dark come through when I go to sand it. So again, we're just giving that a quick paint. We're going to make sure that is nice and dry. Just let me get this dry here quick. I should have sped that up a little more. All right, so now I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper, and I'm just going to sand over this, and you can see how the dark is starting to shine through there. Guys, I just want to remind you guys, if you want text from Burlap Kitchen, make sure to sign up for our text list. Just hashtag Burlap Kitchen to +1 717 619 8043. So I just gave that a real quick dry. And I'm going to go over the sides here with some sandpaper. And I left the back just stained. So now I have this spring. So someone gave this to me, I want to say last year or maybe even the year before. I'm just going to staple this down. So when you guys send me stuff, sometimes it takes me a while. I can't get an idea right away, but down the road, I always get an idea. So today is the day for this spring. So I'm just going to staple this right to my board. I did use my hammer to pound it in just a little bit. So then I have this burlap, and I'm just going to fit this in here the best that I can. I found it, the best way is kind of twirl it up or coil it up and then stuff it in there. And you do kind of got to play around with it to get it to look the way that you want it to look down inside this spring. So give me a minute here to get this looking right. And I did pull it down the bottom just a little bit. You just got to keep twisting. I put a little bit of hot glue underneath that one spring and then just put the burlap to it so it stayed in place. So now I have this. This is some greenery that I got at Hobby Lobby. It was $7.99. I'm sure I didn't pay that for it. I always get this stuff when it's clearance or 50% off. And I'm going to stuff it in that carrot. So first I'm going to trim it. I'm going to trim that orange burlap. And then I'm going to stuff some Spanish moss in there. You guys know I love my Spanish moss. And I'm just kind of playing around here before I glue and staple things down. So I'm going to put that Spanish moss back in place and glue it down now that I kind of got an idea of what I want it to look like. And then I'm going to staple just one of these greeneries in for now. And then I'm going to stuff a little bit more Spanish moss down in there and then another piece of that greenery. One just didn't look right to me. I just felt like it needed to be a little fuller towards the front with that spring. So then I just stuffed a little more Spanish moss in there and trimmed it up a little bit. And it's looking super cute. Little cute rustic carrot there. So then I have these little letters that I want to say these ones came from Dollar Tree. I always grab a couple packs of these when I'm there because of doing crafts. They're just fun to work with. So we're going to spell out the words Bunny Bait. And I wish these letters were just a little bit smaller. But again, this is just what I had on hand. So I was thinking when I did this, you could either paint these black and kind of like give them a quick sand and do it that way, or stain them. I decided to go with the stain just because I had it out, but I honestly think either way it would look cute. So let me know in the comments what you would do if you made this. Do you guys think it looks fine stained, or do you think I should have painted it black? And sorry, Buddy is drinking if you hear that water slurping. He's always got to do something when I'm making a video. He's either drinking or snoring. So that one end broke in half. If your letters ever break in half, just go ahead and hot glue them back together. They'll work just fine. So now that I got them all stained, I'm going to come through and just hot glue this right in place. And I kind of looking at this now, you know, sometimes when you do a project for the first time, you kind of like look at it and like think of what you should have done differently. I wish I would have put that carrot a little more angled down to the bottom, just a little bit more to take up some of that blank space. But I didn't, and I still think it looks super cute. So I have some rusty wire. I just poked through those holes. And then I'm going to take a pencil and just curl the wire ends there and push them down just like that. And that is it, guys. If you enjoyed this project, please don't forget to sprinkle. For more fun ideas just like this, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.